Ahead of time, I'll mess up a bunch of sitting up here, but so y'all have to forgive me. I've got James on one side and Terry on the other, and they said they'd take care of me, so we've got it made. Okay, roll call, Miss Tina.
Mayor Roland Dykes, Vice Mayor Mike Profit,
Here.
Alderman Connie Ball,
Here.
Alderman Mike Hansel,
Here.
Alderman Lena Ollinger,
Here.
Alderman Steve Smith,
Here.
City Attorney Terry Hurst,
Here.
City Administrator James Stincham.
Here.
Okay, do I hear a motion? We approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded, so we need a roll call on this. Vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
No problem. Aye. Okay. Proclamation to the mayor. I've not got any that I don't think Roland Dykes had any. Anybody else got one? Okay. Communication from the city administrator, James Fincher.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. First of all, I'd like to make everybody aware for the record, Mayor Dykes is not here tonight because he's under the weather, and he was very regretful that he wasn't able to make it, and it just happens sometimes that we are unable to attend, but he has I think a perfect record until now. Perhaps. I'm not sure if he's missed one or not. I can't think if he missed one. But anyway, he sends his apologies that he wasn't able to be here. If he'd been able, he would have been. The second thing I have, COVID has made a little bit of a comeback on us. We've had several employees and family members of employees that have been positive in the past month. We had an entire shift of the police department out at one time. And now we have, it seems to be running through a shift of the fire department. We've had some out of every department in the past month, so we'd kind of moved on from it, we had hoped, but this new variant, BA5 or whatever it is, it's pretty contagious, and it doesn't seem to be as severe as some of the earlier versions for everybody, but it has been very contagious, and so we've had a lot of people out in the past month and still have a few out, but most of them are back to work now. The only other thing I've got a short agenda, is we will be having another litter pickup this coming weekend, and so things should be looking a little better again after that. So we've had really good participation with the volunteers that have signed up to come in and work on that on Saturdays to pick that stuff up around the highways, and so we're going to have another one this week, and I commend them for coming in and battling that heat. We try to get started pretty early so we can be done before it gets really bad in the afternoon, but we are going to have a pickup this weekend, and that's all I have.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is appointment of boards. The only one we've got, I reckon, is Elizabeth Parker's term on the library board. We don't have to vote on that, do we?
Yeah. Mr. Vice Mayor, the library board has submitted the name of Sasha Steele to replace Elizabeth Parker.
I didn't know Elizabeth didn't want it.
Well, that's all we know. We don't know what the circumstance was, but the letter that came, it's included in y'all's packet, that came from the library board has asked that they have nominated Sasha Steele to take her place. So I'm guessing that she has asked not to serve again, because that's usually they don't ask you to replace somebody unless they want to be replaced.
Right, that's why. Okay.
And that's Kurt Steele's wife.
Right. All in favor of Sasha Steele, say aye. Aye. Votes got it. She's on the board.
Is that one that has to be voted on, Terry, or is that can just be appointed by the mayor?
I think that would be appointed by the mayor. It's a
I know the mayor likes to get everybody to vote on it anyway, but But yeah, I think that's one that really does not have to be voted on, but I think traditionally we've been voting on all of them. I just want to make that clear for the record.
She has our vote anyway, so.
Yeah.
We all vote on it. Okay, Attorney Hurst is going to go across consideration of the second ordinance, personnel policy for City of Newport.
Yes, Mayor, before we go there, there's no reports from committees. Anybody? Didn't think there would be, but just to be sure. So this is the old business, and I'll read the caption of this ordinance into the record. It's for the council's consideration. It's ordinance number 2022-12, an ordinance to amend the City of Newport Municipal Code Title 4 Municipal Personnel by removing the current personnel policy and adopting a new personnel policy.
And for the record, this is something that Ms. Meissner has worked on for the past 3 or 4 years extensively, trying to bring us up to speed, to get us up to all the regulations that we're supposed to have, to make sure we've got everything covered. You can't have a policy for every single possibility, but for all the stuff that you routinely deal with and the things that the law now requires you to have, we needed to get compliant with all that stuff. And that was constantly changing during the process of trying to update the old policy. So she has done a really good job in getting us where we need to be on that. And of course, this is a second reading, and she's here if anybody has any questions. But I do want to brag on her for the job she has done, putting so many hours into it and in research and development to get it where it needed to be. And we, of course, we gave it out to you guys and gal, a couple months ago, but prior to that, we handed it out to all the department heads, let them go through it to see if there was anything in there that we missed or that anything out of whack that they could find, and all the department heads were good with it, and then we handed it out to the board. And so we've had Wimberly and Lawson look at it, the labor attorneys from over in Morristown, and they made a few suggestions, and we did that. So we feel like we've done our due diligence with it to make sure that there's nothing in it that shouldn't be, and that like the old one had a lot of conflicts in it. In one chapter it would say one thing, and then in another chapter there would be a statement in there that would conflict with the earlier. So we fixed all that, and we feel really confident that we've got a good document that should last for a long time now. And of course, you can always amend it and add or take away. But we put a lot of time and effort into this personnel policy. And Missy did the work. She did the lion's share of the work. She just brought it to me to look at. And so I'm proud of the job she did.
And Mr. Vice Mayor, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call.
I'll make a motion to approve the new personnel policy for the City of Newport.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion, got a second, and need a roll call.
Alderman Tony Ball,
Yes.
Alderman Mike Hansel,
Yes.
Alderwoman Lena Aldinger,
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Cocke.
Yes. Okay, next thing on the agenda is consideration of the reading of ordinance 2022-13 amendment to the City of Newport. Mr. Hurst, you want to?
Yes, sir. That's ordinance number 2022-13, an ordinance of amending the annual operating budget and capital program of the City of Newport, Tennessee, fiscal year 2022-2023. And we need a motion, a second, and a roll call.
Okay,
I'll make the motion.
we got a motion.
Second. One of them seconds is thrown in there.
It don't pay any more who seconds, so
Roll call.
roll call, Ms. Tina.
Alderman Tony Ball,
Yes.
Alderman Mike Hansel,
Yes.
Alderwoman Lena Aldinger.
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Cocke.
Yes. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is consideration of the contract between Newport Utilities and the city of Newport.
Mr. Vice Mayor, this basically is a contract that has allowed NU to restructure some of their internal debt between broadband and the electric system. And so, like with anything that comes through that affects their debt down there, we have to, it has to come through us. And so this is a document that's been worked on for some time, and I feel like it's something we just got to do.
Does anybody else got anything to say? Mike, y'all, okay. We need a vote and roll call.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I hear a vote for the motion?
to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve. It's been motioned and
Second. Luann, second.
second. You got both of them?
I did.
Okay. Roll call.
Alderman Connie Ball,
Yes.
Alderman Mike Hansel,
Yes.
Alderwoman Luana Ottinger,
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Crawford.
Yes. Okay.
Before we move on, I would just like to say thank you to the Newport Utilities Board of Directors for going to bat for this new agreement. That is something we feel like is going to be a good thing going forward. So if you can, Newport Utilities crew, express our gratitude to your board for their hard work.
Appreciate the job y'all do.
Yeah, I'll echo that. I appreciate the board putting the time and effort into this.
Thank y'all. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is consideration of the drone policy for the city of Newport.
Mr. Vice Mayor, this, which Corey's here, Corey drew this up. This is something that is it's required by our insurance, and I'll let him explain it to you a little bit.
Yeah, it's just required by the insurance company to insure our drone. It's pretty basic. It just covers basic use, who can and can't use it, and what we'll do with the data, stuff like that. It's very basic.
There was some confusion. I was asked, are we trying to regulate drones around town, like privately owned drones? This is strictly for our drones.
Just for the city-owned drone.
This is not, we're not trying to get into, we're not going to be the drone police.
No.
We're, this is just something the insurance requires us to have for us to fly our drone. And so this has nothing to do with anybody else. We're not going to be regulating anybody.
Thank you.
Motion.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept that drone policy.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded. We need a roll call or this,
Just a yea or nay.
yea or nay, okay? All in favor of it, say aye.
Aye.
We got it.
No no's.
No no's.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you, Corey, for the work you did on it.
Okay, this next thing on the agenda is consideration of the duck race for CCHS basketball team. I think y'all were here last time, just didn't have it on the agenda, right,
Yes,
Greg?
we was, which is going, our duck race, we plan on having it on Saturday, September 17th. And we would put ducks in the river here on River Street. One of our parents lives down here, and her husband and son will get in there and follow the ducks down the river to make sure that we clean it up, make sure we have our mess cleaned up, and the appropriate people that we need, like the rescue squad and other folks that we need to have down here just in case. And also we would like to have refreshments, because we want to invite the people who bought a duck to come down and watch their duck go down and make it a big joyous and celebration for our boys. And the reason we're doing this is because our boys are trying to go to Tampa, Florida in December to play basketball. And this is going to be a great blessing for them, just to, just know that they can go somewhere and compete with other teams like them. So we don't know what time it's going to be yet. We will discuss the time, and that's it.
Appreciate the job y'all do for trying to help the youth in our county and the ball teams in our county. I'll make a motion to accept that.
I'll make a motion to approve the River Duck Race.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Do it with all those geese out there, really make it interesting.
We have to get it timed down and put a number on it. You know, if you all in here can help us out with our duck race, we'd be appreciated. And the ducks are $10.
$10.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you all for what you do. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is consideration of bids for a Cocke machine for City Hall. We've got the money and everything, don't we, Tina?
Yes, we've had 2 copiers that we've just been paying the monthly maintenance for a number of years. I actually got those in 2013. That was my first purchase, at least for the city. So they are a little older, and we do want to upgrade the one down here. We're basically getting the same machine back. It's a little bit better quality and very comparable prices. And we would like to request that we go with the 2 Kyocera from Rogersville Office Supply. If you all would approve that lease.
Motion to approve.
We got a motion to approve?
Second.
We got a second. Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it, motion approved.
Thank you.
Okay, Ben,
Wake him up.
wake him up back there. Is there anything you need to say about that, Ben, about the paving bids for the city of Newport? I know you'd like to talk, so I got you up here.
Each year, we have a annual contract to do with the paving, and we put bids out for it. And this year, we only received 1 bid back for it. So this is for Blaylock paving, do the contract on it. And it's in your package.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we make a motion to approve the bid.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid.
Got a
I'll
motion.
second.
Got a motion and second. Stephen, Mr. Ball. Just word of mouth. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion approved.
Thank you.
You got any comments from citizens? I hear none. I make a motion, meet be adjourned.
You can do that.